Amunye nipa. Dabi. Minim baby omufia ombeso ye wi ase bu ha. Nya Ghana ha kwa. Minim ade ko na de omba asase so. Se den na obi kodi ye no kwanyim omu. Se den na obi konom ye na kosi obi pew. Minim ade ko na de sa nkrofo ebegu asase so ha ma ye. And one enra Auditor General's report COVID-19 many mienu na the kind the same report say vaccines or the war and over 1 million now I expire and they agreed to it say now I expire but the war oh 10 years I am not going to be about data. And me sure say Ghana Statistical Service. E juma na ede ama won so mo te ase o. E bia na ban no nso mmoa won no mo nye. But please. Me tofa voter region. And me who say SSA yetimi categorize inipa no kra omo ya affected no. But let me happily announce to you, a man in the so wanra. Emienu awo. Say disaster by a man watch an hour. But what a classroom. No mosquito net, no nothing. No food, no water. 8 an hour. Disabled for now, na mo pair a year crutches no, SBB the elbow crutches, ankle nest wa maybe nya bi atono or mo pair elbow crutches no 20 and na SBB the normal crutches so 50. Minim baby a ton no and no me announcement course be by but mentimi am fabi course no be enti nyame ya adoma po ametro afa kolebu ewiem ho me amekwa kotobia begu kakra metimi ne meto minim ne bo ni abedru kofi wa ha san so na innocent so ewo ha na ro ho sam ne se wo moye disabled for no muntimi nante kura no meka abafan for no amenka ne sa na wate asem na ayewo ya insuo ne ba no insuo ne fa ne crutches it's not say kwabrade kukuru no ye kukuru wa mu wie kogu classroom ho no crutches bi ye ne ho a mo de nate ti so be kwa akwadwo nso a ajo bi be kukuru no be kwa akogya ne nan a ajo bi be kukuru no aduane ba na se wenye obi anje bi amere na o de ekombeda mama yenyesa and as I say, I dance to school for me, you do so you're following. Come on. Anyway, good morning. I know there's nothing good about this morning, but I know. Kofi had say. Okay. Innocent.
Captain.
We able call there.
Oh, nyame adoma
but me sha say free ni minim the person can but occupy Sagleme.
Police or anything to arrest some of the people there. But we want to know who is with us. So when we get there and they arrest you, crowd, we can come and get you out.
That's right.
Yes, so only himself will announce the contact numbers. Until you just register with us, send your name, your contact, and then we know you are with us. Until you say your call crowd, that's a BBC, and we know you're with us, we can help you out. And coming as the first one. But I don't want to deal too much on the MEPE situation because it's clear for everyone to see what's happening. See, I know members of parliament, they know cheap votes. They think they are using this to their advantage. So, sitting members of parliament are claiming, say, and all of that. That is a clear sign of a failed government. And what's even interesting is that, Captain, it's not just sitting MPs or of the ruling government, but even opposition MPs. And let me just be blunt with my submissions this morning. Honorable Okujoto Ablakwa is is an MP for the area which has been the worst affected. And he's claiming, say, he's using his own finances to support some of these things. Clearly, Captain, shows that the entire government has failed. Both the opposition, so-called opposition, and the ruling administration. Because if you're in parliament, and something like this has happened, when you're a natural disaster, Captain, it's a man-made disaster. Nipana, it's people's negligence that has created this thing, this mess. And see, at the time he said, Parliament cannot sit to discuss these things. Why haven't they declared a state of emergency within that enclave? So we can start dealing with these things expediently. He has come out and he's acting as if, oh, he's being benevolent. It's his own finances you support this thing. And we are supposed to give them credit for this. Everybody's rushing to Mepe, trying to show, say, yes, they care. But Captain, you see the hypocrisy, yes. It's not just about sending water, food, and those things to these people. Oh. These are people who have lost their properties and their livelihood. Yes. And see, it is not just about going to feed them every single day. And see, how long can we keep feeding them? Why are we not looking at the long-term strategies? So going beyond giving people, so what about tomorrow? And see, if the funds stop coming today, are we trying to say that what will happen to people in those communities? What happens to their life? Are they going to remain beggars, waiting for people to come and give them donations? You see, Captain, I sit back sometimes, and I measure the way we're running a country, and I wonder if these people think at all. Sir, Captain, even if you're running your own home, you know, sir, every day will be 50, you have to leave something at home for them to use to eat. And to chop money, they'll be every day. But Captain, you cannot tell me, sir, after the chop money, you're not saving any money anywhere to run the home. And if you're not around, what happens to your house? And that's how these guys are running the country. They think it's just about going there to hand out these things. But they're not thinking, sir, despite the chop money we every day, what happens if there's any major issue in the house? How do you take care of that? So can't you create an emergency fund? Maybe why some savings be what baby, and as investment be what baby say. So baby talk, if anything happens at home, I want to mean you start chop money, then you can rely on that reserve somewhere. Why are we not dealing with this? And Captain, what beats my mind is we have certain we have organizations that said NADMO. We're supposed to be a disaster management organization. Captain, you don't wait for the disaster to happen. There's something we call simulation exercises. And see, sometimes you can sit down and imagine and say, okay, say, and BBC to say, how are we going to handle it? And see, you would imagine the scenario and create a response system to it. It wouldn't say BBC to say, this is how you're going to react to it. This is the first step you take. This is the second step you take. This is the third step you take. And see, it's a process that is crafted and not created. Now they say, if anything like that should happen now, this is how we're going to react to it. And see, I was hoping, say, with NADMO, Ghana is a flood-prone country. We've had some tremors. We've had some earthquake before, but it was not too serious. But today, things are changing. Anything can happen at any time. And so you look at it. So you have communities which are disaster-prone. So, for instance, like flood. If you know these areas are flood-prone areas, you design a strategy to deal with flooding. And see, a place like Mepe and all those communities along the Volta Lake, they should have boats. They should have life jackets. And you see, the first point of call is...
Who are you saying these things?
I'm saying if we had people who were thinking, an organization like
not to the government.
No, Captain, you see...
Because they have no clue.
Good. And see, what me I like to do is say, when I criticize, I give the solution to it. I don't just criticize them like that. I tell them this is what we're supposed to do. And so I'm discussing some of the solutions as to how we can run this thing. Captain, you see, the first point of call is you should have these things, these relief items, or this emergency life-saving equipment, particularly in the schools, in the hospitals, and in people's homes. And then you can have master stations. And he said, BBC say, you can give a pre-warning. Maybe there's a siren in the community that sounds, and people know, okay, if the siren sounds, we are supposed to gather at this point. At that point, that's where you have all the relief items, the life-saving equipment. So like the life jackets, the lifeboats, all of these things for flood-prone areas. Captain, I showed a picture on your show some time back when we were discussing floods. They are part of UK, London. So Omonim said the rainy season has started and they're going to have serious rains. Captain, they have something they call flood dams, dam walls. I mean, flood walls, sorry. And see, they are rubber, but I had to say rubber, they fill it up. And so the line streets up. And he said, it traps all the water cannot go into the homes. And see, before, someone said the rainy season will start in March. From about February, they start laying those things in the communities, waiting for the rains to come. And you go to certain places, and it's not going to people's homes. It's not because it's magical, but people have pre-planned because they know that is the problem they have in these communities, flood-prone areas. If you have an area where it is earthquake-prone, you know, sir, you have to have an early warning system. And see, they've put sensors around in the communities linked up to sirens. And see, people are monitoring those stations 24/7. The moment someone say there's any activity, they sound the siren. And you know that when the siren sounds, you're supposed to leave where you are and go to the safe zones. This is how you plan it. Social areas where they know there are tsunamis, they have a tsunami pre-warning system too. Someone say if you're not starting reacting, then they give the warning. When you hear the siren, everybody in those communities know that they have to leave those communities. And see, worst disasters happen in advanced countries, but you don't see the casualties or the displacement we are seeing today. But Captain, we have NADMO, and it's under the Ministry of Interior. Captain, every single year, so almost to say you're cocaine budgeter. NADMO receives a huge chunk of the public purse from the Ministry of Interior to do their operations. Captain, what do they use it for? They're telling us they had to deploy the army to bring their boats. Apart from that, the boats we're seeing were canoes that the fishermen use in those communities. How do we run? Who is running the country? And Captain Mepe was not created yesterday. And yet 2020 now sees our community. No, this community has been in existence even before the formation of Ghana. And indeed, Ghana was formed on the 6th of March 1957. But before 1957, 6 March, Mepe was still in existence. So Captain, this is not just a problem that happened yesterday. You can say it's just this government administration. Dabi, it's something that has gone on consistently. And government in, government out, none of these people have been able to draw any strategic plan on how we can manage and mitigate disasters. And you got to mention the people are still going there, they are giving donations to them. Thank you to everyone who is contributing to support the people in the pair. Yes, that is good. But beyond that, those same people who are making the donations, don't always wait to be a benefactor to these people. Let us start thinking proactively. How do we prevent these things from happening?
We cannot prevent it.
No, I'm coming to that. Captain, I'll blast you too when I come to that. You wait, you get yours. Meba, who they're trying, you said we cannot prevent it. I'm coming to it. You wait. Today I came for everybody. Obi Abejen there. Captain, yes. So no, we can prevent these things from happening. That's what I'm saying. All this thing boils down to leadership. That's what I was coming to, Captain. It's about leadership. And see, those things that happen in these advanced countries are disasters and all those things affecting the people. It's not rocket science and yet magic. It is competent leadership. And what I'm saying is being proactive. Don't wait to be reactive. Say, assembly say react, then we go and react to it. No, we have to be proactive. And some assembly we've already anticipated it happening, and we've drawn out the solutions to meet those problems. That is leadership. And see, Captain, like I'm saying, bad things continue to happen because good people do not do anything. Captain Miasa, I'll give it to you. Again, bad things continue to happen because good men do nothing. They sit back and watch it. And Captain, we've talked. You say MPP in here. You say NDC in here. The next question people will ask you would be, okay, so who do we vote for? Who do we go with? That's the next question they'll ask. And see, every so-called progressive in this country, they keep talking about the solutions. Oh, Ghana, MPP in here, NDC in here, they are corrupt, they are all of this. They can't do the work, they're incompetent. Everybody today knows, MPP, NDC do not have anything to offer Ghana or Ghanaians for that matter. The question then is, what do we do from here? What's the next step? Captain, Ansana, I'm not really a football fan, but let me just use Manchester City. Ansana Manchester City best artists on ball. They didn't have supporters, so Captain. When the team was formed, probably nobody even knew about the team. But what they did was they found their starting 11. Obepe was starting 11, and then probably find a little extra for your substitutions. So you have your manager who is managing the team. You have all those technical people in the team. Now, Manchester City and the players will go onto the pitch and start playing the ball. And say, ball. I say, oh, when we're winning ball, that's when we begin to become supporters and we begin supporting the team. And then the support base starts growing. And see, it translates directly into politics. We cannot we'll wait for the people to come and support an alternative. No. The so-called alternative, progressives who have identified the solutions, first they've diagnosed the problem, have proposed solutions, and nothing is being done. I have said, so the people we are asking to fix it will not, and do not know how to fix it. So we, the ones who are complaining about their inactivity or their inability to fix the problems, what we have to do, is say, you're back together from that nucleus, that organization, that strong body that is going to lead this charge. And when people see us acting in that stead, that's when we can begin to attract the people and become a following. And see, without organization, without us coming together to form that, it's just going to be us talking and talking and talking. I'm saying the people we are asking to fix this cannot fix it. So how do you continue asking a dead body to rise up and walk? Unless, of course, you're Jesus. But we are not Jesus, yes, we are men. So if you're asking the people who are incapable of solving the problems themselves to continue to solve the problem, how would they do it? So it falls back on us, Captain. I'm saying, as the progressives, we who have been sitting and talking about these solutions, Captain, do you know how many theses we would have written by now? And these would have been practical workbooks. But we have all these ideas in our minds. And we are sitting back watching these people destroy Ghana. And we're just watching it and taking it for granted. Captain, I'll move to this one before I hand over the space. And you know, I share news items on TV. And I mean, say, Kolebu Dialysis Center has actually been shut down.
Almost so maybe.
Mimiti dan so mano.
Almost so maybe.
Kolebu is just a stone throw away from me. I'm saying it was yesterday that Captain, I went there and you find people out there. Look, the backlog of cases there are not less than 400 people. Machines I was at place are just 15. 15. Captain, you even say a session is even 2 hours for one person. If for a long time people have not been able to access the services, and you claim say and you have a backlog of cases, about 400 patients waiting to go on dialysis, you are telling me say if every session is even 2 hours, are you telling me between yesterday and today they would have been able to take care of even 100 people? Captain, this boy, I'm mad. And it pains me I don't have the means of doing something. I would have taken care of all these people just one day. Because you're having over 400 people waiting to get on the service. So, about 2 hours to go on the dialysis machine. You're telling me, say, we're yesterday. So, we're yesterday. Are you telling me between yesterday and today, would have been able to even take care of 50 patients? But you see, they are behaving, say, according to say, prepaid, and now airtime credits. It's now new one. That's how they're treating our human beings here. And see, you tell me, say, you need about almost dialysis center. They need just about 14 million Ghana cedis to solve all these problems. So, Captain, 14 million Ghana cedis. Are you telling me, say, primaries, they did just on Saturday? Captain, do you know how much it cost? I don't know. I've not seen the figures, but the MPP primaries, do you know how much it cost?
MPP primaries?
Yeah.
Some of me are spending $49 million. And to
Kolebu Dialysis Center. We have 14 million Ghana cedis and dollars. Ghana cedis. Which is less than $5 million. That's what they need to run the place so people can get the service that they need. This is a life and death situation. But me, I didn't even know, say, I'm shut down the station. I thought they were not able to pay for it because the price was high. I thought it was people who could not pay for the service. So now, okay, that will scan and you go, the place has been locked up, so you cannot. Goodness. But someone is spending $49 million to run. Captain, you see, I tell you, these people don't think. For PR purposes. If the NPP had sat down and said, you know what, because there's already been one disaster has been caused in the Volta region with all of these things that happen, in all those communities, why can't we agree ourselves, even for political vote's sake, because we want to break the aid too, let us all the aspirants, everybody, let us agree that we'll probably select Baumia because it was obvious Baumia was going to win. They were not going to allow Ken to do this. And Captain, you know these issues. We've spoken about them before. They knew Baumia was going to win. And for publicity's sake or to win sympathy from the people. Captain, can you imagine, sir, MPP came out and said, amongst all the aspirants, they've agreed, sir, would let Baumia go unopposed. And let us make a donation to the people of the Volta region to provide housing accommodation for them and to make a donation to the people of, to the Kolebu Center. If nothing at all, let's expand the dialysis station. Because for about 2 months, that's been the story that's been out there. And so if they need 14 million Ghana cedis to solve their issue at the dialysis center, let's make a donation to them as a party. Say, instead of running our primaries, we will allow one person go on a post, so we don't spend all that money. Let's make donations to Kolebu to expand their dialysis center, get them more machines, and solve the issue in the Volta region. Captain, this is how you can break the 8. This would have been a fantastic tactic to play. And you would have won Ghanaians hands down. They would have forgotten about all the corrupt practices that have gone on. Because they would have seen that, yes, you people think about the people. This is a humanitarian party. But no. Even in solidarity with the people of the Volta region, even to postpone your primaries, you're like, no, that cannot happen. We must have the primaries, no problem. But this is to Ghanaians, and they should understand, say, Captain, this is not MPP, NDC issue. Because the NDC parliamentarians in parliament, with the numbers they have, could have tabled a motion in parliament to say, you know what, let us deal with this issue. It could have been a pressing issue. But no, individuals are out trying to take the shine on all of this, take the credits, and they are amassing some things together to go and make donations. And all the donations is just food that has to be cooked. So they're thinking of feeding the people today and not to look at how they can handle them tomorrow. That is, Captain, but you see,
that is what we can do. It is the responsibility of government.
That is why
to take care of them from now
to whenever.
To whenever.
Yes.
But your government is dumb.
No, Captain, like they said, they're mad. Every single one in them is mad. The entire government machinery has gone amok. There's nothing. When you sit back and you watch what they are doing, Captain, by head say EU has sent us 105 armored vehicles. You see, even if Ghana was going to fight insurgents, how do hungry people go and fight? You see why I said they are mad? Your people are not, your servicemen are wallowing in poverty. The police and soldiers are buying their own boots for themselves. And you're saying you're going to send these men to go into a fight. Men who are not motivated, there's no morale. How are these people going to even fight? And now cars, no automatic cars, remote control, cars, Captain, again I'm saying, bad things happen when good men refuse to do nothing. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
Say because second round into the way
Captain. I think that can be an end. Leadership is everything. The rest are consequences, and then that's a form. And we as people say, to me, I entrust the political power into the hands of wise men. Wise men are more great convictions. Wise men are more vision. Wise men are more, your friend is saying, moral judgment are very positive and accurate. Sabi, ombetimia boa amaya chichero maina. We will get nowhere, and we cannot always sit outside what is happening and pretend to say we are never part of it. Yeah, part of it because you contributed to where we are. That is why it is very, very instructive. So going forward, no, you better insist even within political parties. Say whoever becomes an option, to lead this particular country, and I say political party, should be an option. As be, or appeal to be a Ghana for betting trust and confidence in that particular person. Say nipa no the intellectual word without or the near management in sema sebi obetimia micromanage this particular country. But if you entrust political power into the hands of fools, at the end of the day, they will weaponize state machinery and use that as an instrument of terror, and then they will come after the very people they have sworn say and that is exactly what is playing out in this country. Because so we have, my culture said we have leadership crisis. Leadership is a template, a huge one. Our far one kasano is an art. How you design based on how our situation and our environment and our terrain is it here. So whenever you pick the template, you contextualize it by looking at your immediate environment, the needs of your people. Then based on that, now we build that particular template in a SCT. But you don't sit in Ghana, look at the United States of America and say, Joe Biden here waiting me when we any feasibility study who say I didn't cost the so as a proper leader, as a good leader, these are some of the things that you need to do and analyze the terrain, the way forward. But Anam say, now anybody at all can just become a leader within a political party because nipa no wasika na se for makasa okwa akurase a etira ye de border wuro enye sa tiri na ye de hene and the etira ye de border wuro no de ohenche kwhye na at the end of the day the people will suffer. And that is exactly what is playing out because yet Kroma na say yenye disaster ewo Volta regional abaya topic all the media platforms obia consistently ka ho asem. And it's not just that. Or more more call to the aid of the people. The central government, there is absolutely nothing that is being done. people were living calling saying can declare state of emergency at that particular place. Say attention go to the aid of the people. Last month your friend way Hurricane Otis in Mexico, Acapulco. So far nipa 27 in the year hurricane. The government design place in the state, they declare state of emergency and as a result, apart from Mexican government, even foreign government coming to the aid of the people because of who say there's a state of emergency and they need help. To the extent that even UN humanitarian agencies in are on the ground trying to help the people. But in our situation, there is nothing like that. Government, seems and then nothing is being done. But you see, what I'm picking from this whole thing, I see this the kind of government in the leadership I certain has in captain, they have no respect for the citizenry. Because Omufri said, I'm not taking you for granted, and that is what we are making the Amanaya possible. Because how we treat human life, and yet utmost priority for anybody. Like that is exactly the way I event play out in this particular country. It ends there, and we've had several instances. Now no na ye kan no amete say say okọ adan scaffold I see ho ye obi afa ho nothing will be done. Sanete na no me betra be catch say soldier for ekotan ne garu into a ghost town. Ye bu amanfo say because of say attacking Krofobinum. Absolutely nothing has been done about the situation as we speak. Yes, one person out of that particular thing. Nobody has investigated anything. Yet yana yeko Kumasi yes abrantie be your friend. You see Saudi or Zawine police for China Kwasha as a Wasi police station. And yet you na brantie na wu our custody. Police for us niti and abobo dan and wu ye. That is the report given to us till date. I was expecting saying somebody somewhere will sit and do say let us do investigation into the matter. Till date, absolutely nothing has been done. Yet the Kromana police for Kumasi, Emma, you say Sazongo boy 7, no? Yakobo Mutu Kuomo did Sisa Mobane with some armed robbers. At the end of the day, state near investigation, it was discovered no more armed robbers. Now police for 21 or 27 now. And deliberately killed those boys. So the state admitted Yakutia compensation of 1.2 million Ghana cedis to the family. Till date, persons who perpetrated this crime are walking free. So this is the state. There is no respect for human life. There is no respect for the ordinary man. And see, asam toa wo na yantia techima said what happened during the elections and as for president in his or accepted the victory speech, as if few regrettable deaths. It ends there. No investigation, absolutely not. Even when he went to Techiman, he could not even visit the family, look them in their faces and apologize to them and assure them, say, I am the commander-in-chief. Whatever be the cause, I will make sure we investigate and get to the bottom of this particular matter. Till date, some matter is still hanging, and there are several instances. We can talk about a lot. The same thing. So if you live in the country, this spate of lawlessness and God for even the state security and state agencies like this, at the end of the day, where do we go? The enterprise of governance has been weaponized. At the end of the day, serve the interest of the very few people who have gathered at the top and they are eating. Now, that is a typical Ghanaian politician, very greedy. They don't care about anybody within the various political parties, where they do not even respect their own. When we're talking about people who make so much money, they live affluent lifestyle. At the end of the day, the people who are even close to them come back better than the cook, the house help, drivers, and that is the kind of people we have given political powers to. So when this any panana kind of respect bang and the ordinary person. Some no banner will kasa obuse sebi because Ghana has for you so benya your friends saying that qualifications obeti me national issue na say what me sit down by 7 the hour is legon and na wabobra amamfo hu say but nema ye kan nye nema sebi nyansa nim ana ye di bu oman no basasa ati wutu ani hwe Ghana sisiada hu say ye kwaye nim hu say ye kwaye chi na bizansa oman no panyini wo ma na say nkora na ebu ana say hwan There's absolutely nothing and spy among who said there is hope for the future, because we sit here and always insist to say there is hope for the future, because we cannot all sit here and throw our hands in air and give up on this particular country. However, how far you go, this is our homeland, this is our motherland. We may definitely come back and make sure say things will get better. So we need to do everything to ensure say you bet me the Ghana na see ye say be you bet me offer hope. Even say your parents who cry na say be nya be free man, hoping say we will lay the solid foundation and say your mom beba no can come and have a decent life. But unfortunately, these people don't care. And I know so elections here also within the MPP and as if clearly that is what it tells you, that even within various political parties in the crowd, how are we checking these political parties to ensure that the basic and the core element of a good leader now will be assessed even before they put people out there say nipan koto abamano. Because political parties like NDC and MPP, however how you see it, these are established political parties. Public must have a vested interest in whoever lead those political parties, because the potential that that person will become president is quite high. So we must ensure that we demand from these parties to ensure that they put forward people with credibility. We're talking about a government that said we are shredding every single fortune or minor war. The prospect of this particular country look quite bleak. Economically, we are not doing better. Absolutely nothing is working for this particular country. And the key participant now is out there tooling say he wants to become president. So that basic element of respect in any hope, because some respect in that kind of intellectual kinship and a relationship and can exist between power and we the people. Because these people will sit down and do sober reflection and ask themselves a lot of questions even before they put people forward. But acquire society here, because they know that the ordinary and the average Ghanaian youth are all and or the emotions or the tribal way sentiment in that kind of way, and they make those choices and make sure say election and event. So it has consequences, and those consequences will definitely follow you the entire way now. What about no mind, and it's exactly what is playing out. So going forward, we as a people, we really need to be very wise. Now you need to say part in the politics in the leadership, it's not just about say you obetimi akofa nipa bia kekesa de na bedi party anim say anasa akofa nipa bia say ye to abama no bedi president na say for no president no obeye president you carry the soul of the country. When I will lead you or mine and kasa ni soul everything, and everybody within the country is at your say we as a president you can employ everybody who free so betimi aboa ama achieve whatever that you want to achieve. But unfortunately for us, even baby say nipa nya won power no we no ba, they are not even looking at competence. They are not looking at how betimi ya adwuma. They are looking at people how na boa me ema betimi je power no how na boa me ma me say we are loyal to me, we enye loyal to me. And I am saying say you must be an idiot as a president to think say in leading and ruling the country you can solely enlist people who are your loyalists. You only have to look for competent people with the intellectual way whatever vision because to be president you don't even need to be the most intelligent person.
No. Oh yes.
You don't need to.
No.
Yes.
You only have to assemble yourself
wise
around
men and
with wise men. Even Christ, when he was born, it was wise men who went to visit him.
Exactly.
Even Christ.
So what is complicated about this?
So your job is to enlist intelligent minds available. Whatever vision, whatever way be Captain, they shepherd you in achieving, in realizing, but my baba I can't work with my enemies, I can't work with this, I can't work with this. I don't really know. You end up enlisting those same praise singers, those bootlickers, people who are always ready to sing Choboy and Hallelujah choruses, all to the praise of the puppet master and the Bayano. And in the pan why if you cry, so na what dress ye, until also no, let me tell you to the all yen ourselves, minor. That is exactly the kind of trend I am. So we really need to think about leadership quite critically. Now you say, and ya for sao, and ya good dear bisao. So any joker talk can just wake up and say, let me be president because I have for. But you see, you can't blame these people because you see, the veil and the aura of respect, the reverence are surrounding the presidency in the name. So anybody at all can just say, I'm a president, but I keep telling people, say Ghana, for if we are not careful and we allow this internal political party, the way a manner things are playing out, a cost to us or a captain, a day will come, you will visit the Flagstaff House, you go and find a monkey sitting at the Jubilee House. And that day, it's fast approaching if we are not careful.
No, I'm telling
you, because the trend I hear because it's just a matter of having influence within political party, having money, be able to convince your friends that this party you're from was saying delegate, then as forgive them money at the end of the day, when you become a flag bearer of some of these major political, easily you can become president. So trend and then will come, you go to the Flagstaff House and find a monkey sitting in a chair playing president when he has no clue about what is happening. And so what the power command sa nipa sa na oba things problem about where you need your leader to rise to the occasion and help you fix the problem. The attitude will be that of indifference, as if say he's not even part of it. He doesn't even realize that there is a problem, because that is what incompetent people do. Where you see say there is a problem, there is a challenge, and there is the need for us all as a people to come together to fight this challenge. He doesn't see that there is a problem, because he has no clue, he has no idea. The attitude is that of indifference. He doesn't care, he doesn't give a damn. So he will pretend nothing is happening in the country. And so we had a state of affairs here. That is exactly what is playing out. So Ghana, for going forward, say, yendelete emotions, yendelete those tribal sentiments, and as for every politicism, na yang kasano, say to me elevate our thinking beyond the frontiers of partisan politics. Na politician who says, I am ruling intelligent people who are very wiser. They will reform themselves, because every politician be any dream this obe ruling nipa omunim nyansa. Because ruling fools is so easy, it's just a matter of just tapping on their emotional keyboards. I'll give you almost something, just but when you are ruling intelligent people, so one now mistake. When you you have to resign and go, because I have you politics quite recently. Politicians in the bar or no or messy upper. They don't need to be forced up or no the way our manner things are playing out. And the kind of people they are ruling, these are intelligent people who know their left from their right. Their political decision, it's not as a result of say, oh, we are Captain Smarty and Madame for Kofi say it and man or the man based on your promises, based on the kind of competence I offer. And so we betray them, you have to just pack your bag and then go away. But we have people you go beyond resignation and as for but still hanging on. And I know President the come away I say na about say Mr. President, do you think you have managed the economy well?
What's the answer?
This is a simple way, yes or no. He couldn't even answer. How and the names say, but I'm saying, Nka Obama Muchiki answer.
Oh man, Chiki answer.
Or besides,
say is that where to
na president, your baby, you discuss economy. Baby, your baby discuss economy.
I want a party office.
No,
party office. If a party man is not a Ghana man.
I decided not to even speak on that issue.
Captain, it's yes or no. Simple as that. If you know you have managed the economy.
Or no comment.
Yes.
Or no comment. Then go.
You don't tell them say Hannah will be seven and go beside our bedroom and don't go beside our heaven. Toilet is no go beside. Captain, because we are in a crisis, we are in a mess. People want solution from you. You are the commander in chief. You are the president. Captain, that is the reality. Because all in the bedroom or then the cameras and you have managed the economy well, yes or no, simple. But he cannot look face Ghanaians and say he has managed the economy well. Because look at the economy, look at our debt, look at the inflation. Then as for now, it's a man for TV. So yes, the economy not getting better. Economy getting better when we have suspended all our foreign payments. And then as for domestically, even those we own, we are unable to pay. And then as for them. And IMF sikaini na for your first tranche by and a brief that kind of way among who says but the reality is Ghana situation it is obia a China now the bandage actually so now shot at the guso. The very moment the bandage goes off, blood so there is no hope. And the echo swing you don't see anything be buying here out in Java. Oh, because of ABC, there is hope. Says yeah, not more issue yeah by and going forward. There are a lot of people coming out of the university every year. We can even train them, equip them with whatever that they take because say the Nii can again I say yeah, disaster prone country. Anything at all can happen at any point in time. What is our level of preparedness? But you better have a disaster next year we nothing. Yeah, was the same party boys is and some more when we are complaining about youth unemployment, people are coming from the university as a forum. And there's a whole group of into volunteers and as a forum crowd. They will do something to ensure say the problem will be addressed. So we as people going forward, no matter be America, yes, NDC MPP as a for the question is we cannot just run away from the problems because if we are fixing the country, if we really want the problems to be solved, that we cannot discuss those problems in isolation and leave these particular political parties out because I'm telling people say the NDC, the MPP are well-established political institutions. Yes. Whichever way you want to brush them aside, they are very relevant in a Ghanaian political landscape. They are very, very relevant. So the kind of reformation I are asking for, those reformation must also affect those political parties to reform themselves. Because there is a possibility that this political party can still rule. So we cannot just sit here and blind our eyes and say, oh, yenja. We need that. If we really want change, that reformation, must affect all these institutions. The options we have, we know, say, all the options are good. The MPP is good, the NDC is good, whoever person is contesting is good. So the average Ghanaian voter, will be offered a choice. Or no one can say some contextual analysis who say nipa we based on this and make to Obama. But if you get to the situation where those are more potential to win, people cannot trust and I say young cotton and say at the end of the day, we will not solve anything. So we cannot run away from the internal problem these political parties have. If the NDC has a problem, we all must move in and solve it. If the MPP has a problem, because these are public institutions, we must have a vested interest, a stake in all these institutions. That is why we cannot continue to allow political party delegates as a forum, few people to be deciding who rule these political parties and become president. We need to come out with some reforms as a that narrative never some public and stake in how political parties choose their leader or more. And it's so easy to bribe few people called delegates, and I've told you that these people are the most corrupt group of people in our political setup. It's just a matter of giving them money, and for them you can't even blame them because you see the problems now make about the army issue for the you see, these are people who have vowed say they will protect and defend their country. Captain, go to your friends at Burma camp. Go to the various police stations and go and look at the living conditions of these policemen. Yet Yana William Van Asema, a brand young guy who are police or you committed so by your Duamana Mino, Sabi, vest the crano nibi, and I had the side arm on Nibio, and I had the 210 in national take our front. Yakobo to Kuno. Go to the various police barracks. Go and look at where people are living. Uncle Ben and the Yeran and the money go one room. Now you're packing your name our one thing. That is the kind of way. And in the panel, fifth year called Marco, I am frustrated that. The same thing happens to the military. Go to Burma camp and other military way. The same thing. And Osia Bontia as I'm a Bometia, Mabosa, and Pasagena, the winning team. Because he's confused. He's frustrated. And do can Kakrabi, Nakromana Soja for Bomba, Nankawati Soja Niboba. Because my culture said the military is supposed to be one of the most disciplined institutions in the whole Kroma. But what do we see recently? Obati Soja Nikwa Bonte or say Yajene Infinite phone. Now you're turning the whole town to a ghost city. Now not Tamale 2018. Soja first swarm because I say Yachi Omunko for assault. Omunko both police for more honina etwaso eco banks, your bank near who police in the original bank in the money ya boss akeke. That is the kind of lawless. The last time there was a crash between the police and the military or Accra, our central town. So if we live in a country where even the security agencies, those are yamu to me, and they are two na kondia shamansa. So I'm protecting and these people are supposed to. He said they should be very disciplined. If this is the way a manner these people are playing out things, Captain. And we really need to do a lot to change the state. And yes, sir, nothing will change. We as people, we need to If you go to our schools, ask yourself, say, then na ye chere yan kura na make catch say, time ya de chere kura say you draw bebe na you draw na pass and na say phone. If we introduce this kit into human anatomy at that particular early stage, akura na yare a problems be aba no so be onye nurse ni bo betimi identify ba bia na all kan bia wo a onim say problem we na mewo and okwa abonte na say ninua ada forma onkoyi camera nkotwa no but our first aid knowledge a obetimi attend to no but time ni nyina ye drum mebene we e school grasshopper and your father say lizard draw am show it pass when we can take the human anatomy because ade we usua e forever e good to you and then you betimi or shower to pursue whatever that you want to do. But we as people, we are not thinking about all these things, Captain. We need proper reformation.
But to touch on the Abebe thing, no. So-called other advanced countries, China,
yes,
because to me, in fact, in Kolano, in here, practicals on human being, it's almost Abebe, no. They make them dissect it until they show you, say, this is just to prepare you to get used to that thing, no.
Yes.
And then when you go, you get to the medical field, no, then it's easier to deal with. But here, Wahano. We can't even catch live Abebe, say this is the Abebe or no. It is drawing and pictures. That's what we do here. That's a level of thinking we reduce our education to.
Now even if you look at stage here, also in there. If you look at advances our countries are making, so in the area of technology, then as a former captain, in Myanmar and Croatia at the early stage, they're introducing kids to coding and other technological advances are ever. So these are kids. Very soon our kid will be competing with them at the world stage because what a Ghana you can apply to Amazon for a job. The same way somebody in America can. So I know the day, if this is the kind of intelligence I will buy on board, another person is also coming with a superior knowledge. I know the day, the person will have upper hand. You understand?
But yeah, Captain, by me to wrap up, I'll say again. So all those who have been making noise, we call ourselves progressives. Everyone who has been saying, say, MPP, NDC, they don't have any plan.